So let's talk a little bit about some of the key attributes of effective remote training. So I think for a remote staff, self-paced is really important. Through the pandemic, what we've seen is that the line between your personal life and your work life is blurred, and so people are working at strange hours at times. Some people are working in the wee hours of the morning, others working a little bit in the evening, and so I think self-paced is really important. If you have scheduled stuff that people have to attend, you're probably not going to get the same level of engagement and participation as if you have sort of accessible 24/7 training that people can take when they want. I think distributed practice is a really important element. The idea of being able to repeat training whenever you want to, or as many times as you need to, and doing it on a regular basis. That distributed practice is really important. I don't know how many of you watched the documentary The Last Dance about the Chicago Bulls, but what struck me about that was how often Michael Jordan was the first guy in the gym and the last guy to leave, shooting the ball over and over and over again. And it's that repetition and doing it every day that really drives mastery. And so I think our remote training, distributed practice, is a really key element. Deliver within the flow of work is another big one. I mean, think about it from a remote employee's perspective. You're no longer sitting in an office where you can just lean over to your colleague and ask how to do something. So when you end up with a challenge, something you don't know how to solve, being able to access training within the flow of work is going to be really important moving forward. Engaging in interactive, I mean, it goes without saying, you're competing against a different set of distractions at home, kids, TVs, fridges, pets, and so forth. So I think it's got to be highly engaging to make sure we keep people's attention. I think the social and collaborative aspect is really important as well. One of the only complaints that the surveys are showing about at-home workers is sort of feeling a little bit isolated. And so I think if our training can involve social and collaborative elements, it's going to help make it a little bit more compelling. The next one, fast authoring. Throughout the pandemic, lots of policies and procedures have changed, new regulations coming into play and so forth, new programs being rolled out by financial institutions. So you need to be able to roll out training very quickly. And so authoring has to be very fast and distribution has to be fast. And the last thing is trackable. I mean, you've got remote folks. You can't sort of count how many people showed up to the in-person training. We have to have in-depth tracking that gives us not only participation and engagement, but efficacy, retention, and impact on the real world business measures. So I think those are the really key attributes of a remote training program.